Hello everyone, starting off April's vlog nice and early in the month, and I have a feeling that this month you are going to be seeing a lot of like garden vlogging, hopefully. But Andre and I are on a little garden mission, so I thought it'd be quite nice to include in this month's vlog. I feel like now that spring has started, or spring has sprung, and like the weather is so beautiful outside. I mean, it's been beautifully sunny today. I spent an hour outside just reading my book, which was genuinely such a joy. But we have a few plans for our garden, which hopefully we'll be able to execute this month or over the next couple of months, like during spring basically. And I thought that could be quite nice to vlog because I mean, we don't have the nicest garden, I will be honest, but it's always a joy to like plant things and watch things grow. I find, especially, actually let me show you, I have been cutting up like a few tulips and things from our garden, and how beautiful is this one, like all opened up. There is one that is, it's literally just like drooped today, so I think I'll just give that a little trim and hopefully it will perk up. But I'm just really enjoying like the garden and things like that, so I thought it'd be quite nice to share some of that with you as well this month. So this is what we're up to today. We're essentially getting some pavers from our driveway and using them to make kind of like a little wall between the grass and the flower beds, because currently we don't have anything and our grass is like a little bit wonky, and last year was Operation Grass for Andre, so he like grew grass from seed and it looked really great over the summer. So we're like going close to that season again, so we just wanted to sort of separate it. So we've left, can't move that, we've left a bit of a gap which we're then going to fill with new topsoil and new seed to get the grass like closer, and then just continue with like the flower bed on this edge, and hopefully that will look nice. We had two options when it came to like what we would use to do this. Essentially we just want to reuse stuff that's otherwise going to go to the bin. We sort of had a couple of ideas. The first one was using these kind of curved ones, which are like specifically made for like flower beds on a driveway, but they're quite like chunky, and we tried that on the other side, I'll show you in a second, and we just thought it kind of, number one, it was really hard to straighten them because they've got like curved edges and they're very much like slanted, so it was just a bit trickier. And then option two, we just decided to get a standard like block paver, so we settled on option two, which was to just attempt to do a straight line. It's probably not going to be straight realistically. We don't like have all the tools and things to make sure it's straight, but we're going to do our best. And once like it's covered, I really don't think it's something we're going to look at and care about really. So that's what we're going with. We're about a quarter of the way maybe, and our plan is to go all the way up to the top. And the other side, just to show you, was more like this, so much chunkier like block essentially, as opposed to the thinner one. And I don't know, it was just you can tell like it's already so wonky, and it was just a bit harder to get sort of a more like streamlined look like we have on that side.
Pretend to look busy. I'll try. That's the 10th time he's done that. What? Looking busy. I was pretending. It's a joke, you don't get it.
You went right over my head. I'm just taking a long time to come back inside, and I think he's locked himself out and has tried to call me and ring the doorbell, but because I'm outside I haven't heard.
Wow, hello. Wow, look at that. Yeah, it looks a bit wonky.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Last brick. much later now. I tried to film like little snippets here and there, but it's not the most glamorous job to attempt to film. But we've done one side. Initially we thought, oh, we're gonna do this so quick, we'll do both sides today, but that's just never the case. But I'm really happy with it. I think it looks quite good. I mean, it's probably not like the most meticulously straight thing, but I think we've done a really good job. It's just nice to have a little divide, I guess, between like the flower beds and the grass. We've also added topsoil as well, just to eventually extend out the grass, and then also just like some new soil for the flower beds as well, to hopefully keep those block pavers in place. Otherwise we feared that tomorrow morning we would come and they just all sort of toppled over with the wind, so hopefully that will keep them. We do however think that tomorrow we will come outside and see that cats and foxes have been and like dug up the brand new soil, because that is just inevitable, I guess. But one side down, another side to go. We'll probably do that at another point, but again we sort of like want to extend the grass a little bit and add like the topsoil, the bricks and so on. So we were actually saying earlier, we must look like crazy people just like grabbing random blocks from our driveway and sort of dismantling our driveway, bringing them into the garden. But our plan is to do our driveway, so that's why we're sort of just trying to make the most of, you know, using some of the things we already have basically. So garden jobs are done. It's so nice to have such light evenings. It's 7 o'clock and it's still nice and light outside, but we are now heading to go and get fish and chips, which we are both very excited about. In the lead up to Easter we do like fish Fridays, so I don't know if this is like just something we do in Portugal, but basically yeah, on Fridays during Lent we don't eat meat, so typically we eat like fish and, oops, sorry, I hit you against the windscreen, it was probably very loud. We don't eat meat on Fridays, so we decided today, because we knew we were going to be doing some work in the garden, that we would treat ourselves to fish and chips. We're both really looking forward to it, so that's our plan. Ooh, nice little sun. Good morning everyone. It's the following day, and I don't know if you can see, but the foxes have been, oh my gosh, they've literally dug up like so many holes, and we checked our cameras and it was definitely foxes. So yeah, but at least the wall didn't fall, so that's a positive. Hello again. Thought I would do a little check-in again for you today. So it's Saturday, it's the weekend. My parents came over, which is a very nice treat because they very rarely come over to my house. So it's always nice when they do decide to come along. And I feel like the spring weather and the sunshine just makes everything so much better. We had lunch and then we just spent the whole afternoon in the garden, which was really lovely. I did end up roping them in to help me out with some more like gardening work, which they very kindly did. So we moved over some peonies from the driveway into the garden. Fingers crossed they'll make it. They're really beautiful and they are very much like starting to come up and the buds are coming through. I know it's not the right time to do this, but with us doing our driveway so soon, I also don't want to lose them and essentially them just go with the digger. So I'm trying to make the most of like everything that I want to keep. I actually baked a cake this morning as well because I thought that would be quite nice, and I tried like a new little recipe, and I'm actually going to show you it. It was a carrot and walnut cake. Ta-da! Made a nice little cake. I'm actually gonna have another slice. Obviously I feel like I should have showed you this before eating it, but this morning I wasn't filming, so I decided now, better late than never. Today's task is to move my makeup from my original vanity into a new vanity that I bought. I bought this, I think like at some point last month, but eventually built it and have it up in the room, and I'm really happy with it. I think I mentioned wanting to do this in my bedroom makeover video. So essentially we have like a large bay area
or bay window area here that was pretty much empty, and I thought about maybe adding in like maybe just a big chair and like a little table or something, but then I kind of felt like I wanted it to be something that was a bit more functional, and I feel like a chair could look nice but wouldn't necessarily like give us loads more like function and storage in the room basically. So I ended up getting a vanity instead, and it just makes a bit more sense as well for me to be able to do my makeup here as opposed to in the little dark corner of our bedroom. So I've moved everything along onto here. I mean, I have my makeup bag here, my fave mirror. You guys have seen this a lot on my channel already, but I've sort of moved those things, but I really want to empty out the drawers of the previous vanity that we had and move everything into here. I originally thought the best thing to do would be to bring everything out like individually, but from my makeup declutter, all my makeup now lives in literally one drawer, and this is how deep like the other, I mean, to be fair, let me have a look. Yeah, it's just as deep as the new one is. I don't know why. The other one, the original one, is just so much chunkier. But yeah, anyway, now I need to see if all of this is going to fit into the new drawer, because it's not as high, so we'll see. Oh my gosh, the dream. If you ever come across any brow pencils, for example, that don't quite fit in drawers like this upright, if you're sort of limited on space, one of the easiest things to do is to remove the lids. I typically only remove the lids off the spoolie side, just because the other side obviously will typically have a pencil or something and you don't want it to go blunt. But if you do that and then pop them in, any longer ones as well, try and put them in slightly more diagonal, then it should close. And if you're still struggling, then just like literally bend them, which I know isn't the greatest thing, but it's just a spoolie, so it's fine. Here we are. This is the third time I've had to reorganize things around here, but I think this time we've got it. So, okay, I've managed to fit in everything. I didn't have to, you know, declutter anything else. It's still got everything that I previously had. So on this side here, I have base products. I did have this up here, but it wasn't closing. I will put it down and see if it will close now though, because I had to move other bits and pieces that were stopping it from fully closing. But anyway, like I said, base products here, some eyeshadow palettes back here, one lonely highlighter, powders here, this is the Trini London stack that actually I had decluttered in my makeup declutter video, but I brought this back because so many people love these and they're great for traveling, so I brought them back and hopefully I will use them, but it really has to be like the last chance or the last try. On this side I have some setting sprays, which I have quite a few of them to be fair, but they do get used up. Then here I have brow products on this side. Here I have some concealers and then mascaras on this end. I also have my bronzers and blushes in this pot, an Hourglass palette here, and then the primer, my one and only primer there. And it just about closes. So great. See, my only issue is this kind of scratches a bit, but I think it will be fine. Alternatively, I can just leave it here like this, as I had done previously. I mean, that works totally fine. Admittedly, I had hoped to also be able to take out everything from my everyday makeup bag into my storage. Maybe that is a future goal, to empty or to declutter enough to have all of my makeup in here, including like the everyday makeup bag. Maybe that will be something to aspire to. But for the moment, this is absolutely fine. And in this pouch, I still have all the lipsticks. I haven't gone through these, haven't decluttered, haven't even looked at that. So in terms of the rest of the drawers, this is what we're dealing with. So there's one really like thin desk here, which I think is where I'll keep like my hairbrushes and things that I reach for frequently. Obviously on this side is my makeup collection, and then on to this drawer, I'm not entirely sure what I want to keep in here. If I want to maybe make it skincare products or maybe body care or something along those lines, I'm not quite sure. But if you excuse the mess, this is pretty much what it looks like, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it works at filling up the space without taking away too much of the light from outside, so I'm really happy with that. And then if we move on to the original vanity that we had in here, I mean, I do like it, and I am gonna be sad to sort of say goodbye to it, especially because it's something that like came with our house, but it's just quite chunky. It takes up a lot of space. The mirror isn't in the best condition either, and it was never going to be like a long-term thing, I guess. So the plan all along was to replace this. One thing I'm unsure about though is hair, because I have loads of like hair tools and also like a ton of hair products as well, and these aren't all going to fit in my vanity. So I don't know if when we get a chest of drawers here, I will sort of allocate maybe one drawer for hair care and like hair tools as well, because I kind of feel like they'll need a new home. And then also in here, this is like the top shelf, which I think is essentially what I'll do over there. Sorry, not top shelf, top drawer, but we'll do the same sort of thing. This is such a random like miscellaneous drawer, but we have like some blister plasters, some physio cream, and just like random stuff, hairbrushes as well. And then on this side, I only have this top drawer where I have a ton of brushes, and also things like tweezers, little scissors, you know, things like that, some deodorants as well. And then these other two drawers are already empty. So yeah, it's just going to be a matter of sort of moving things across. But I do think that hair care isn't quite right for over there, or maybe like some hair care products. So those are pretty much the options. I'm still a little bit undecided, but I've started, so that's always good. Sometimes the hardest thing is to just start something, and once it's started, fingers crossed I will eventually finish it, because I'm not the type of person to start something and never finish. Although maybe now that I've said that, this is going to be the one time I start something and then just leave it unfinished until the very last minute, or we will see. But until then, I'll keep you guys updated if you are interested in that sort of thing. I feel like it's such a niche thing, but with these monthly vlogs, I do try to just include a little bit of everything. So a little bit of home life, a little bit of more like beauty and fashion, although not so much fashion these past few months. But yeah, I do just try to include a bit of everything. So there you go. One more thing I wanted to share with you before ending this week's vlog. We started on like a garden theme, so I thought we'd end with a bit of a garden theme. But I have planted some sweet peas, a little sweet pea teepee, and I'm really hoping that this will like flower endlessly over the summer. This is a really ugly part of our garden. We had sort of this little bit with nothing in it essentially. So I saw these in, I think it was in Lidl. They were $2.99 I think, and it came with a big pack of them, and I just planted them all around a little teepee, and I'm really hoping to have some sweet peas growing along my teepee. Also, whilst I'm at it, I thought I'd show you the peonies. These we moved from the front of our house before getting our driveway done, because I just really didn't want to lose them. A few of them haven't made it. There's one over there that's definitely dried up, and also on this side, this one also not looking good. I mean, this might still be okay, but those sides are not. I don't know if I should maybe cut it or if I should leave it. I don't know. This pot doesn't have such good ones, although they do have little buds. So maybe this side was the bigger ones anyway, but I don't know. I mean, the buds are there, but I don't know. We'll see. So that's the gardening front. Perfect timing for that helicopter to fly by. Good morning, welcome to the kitchen. I was actually coming in here and then I saw a couple of things that I bought last night from Sainsbury's, so I thought I'd share them with you. I actually bought the two jugs from the collection, which initially I had just wanted this like larger one, because I just thought it'd be really cute both for drinks and also as like vases. I really love a jug as a vase, and I just thought this was really nice, beautiful stripes, and I love like the oversized handle of this. I think it's super cute. It's £12 and was out of stock online, so I couldn't find it online, but it was literally, it was just in my local Sainsbury's, so I was so happy I ended up looking at the like homewares bits, because I don't always do that. Sometimes we do just go in for a shop, but other times I like to have a bit of a mooch around the homeware section, and I'm so happy I did on this occasion, because I very, very luckily spotted this. Also from the collection is this small yellow one. Now this is again from the Habitat and Sanderson collection, and honestly this one was not so much on my radar, because admittedly it's very small. It's not one we're going to be using to pouring drinks or anything, but I don't know, I didn't pick it up straight away. I had this one in my basket, we literally got to the tills, and then I was like, do you know what, I think I want to get the other one. So I went back and ended up getting this one. I just think it's so adorable, like it just looks so cute. This one was £8 and the larger one was £12. I feel like this for £8 is a little bit pricey, but like I said, I just knew I would not stop thinking about it, so I'm very happy I got that in the end. And then something else I spotted, which we actually need like serveware, like serving platters and things. So I spotted this one, and it's that nice kind of splatter design. This was for the Habitat, I think it was the 60th anniversary or something, little print that they did for that, and I thought it was cute. This was on the sale. It was, I think it was down to £9. It was originally 18, I want to say. And again, just really happy with that. A really nice like serving platter. I actually have a very similar bowl to this, which I got to TK Maxx. And yeah, just love the little splatter design, but I thought I'd share that. All in all, a pretty good little haul. And I think that's all from me for this month's vlog. It was a little sporadic. I started off really well, and then I sort of like teetered in the middle of the month and then tried to pick things up again towards the end of the month, but it's just tricky sometimes. Sometimes, you know, like life gets in the way. So hopefully you did enjoy these snippets of the month of April. And today, the day I'm filming, is the day I should hopefully have this video up for you, so it's the 1st of May. And it is just the warmest, most beautiful day. Hopefully we'll have a really lovely weekend as well, because of the bank holiday weekend, so it's a long weekend. Hopefully it will be a long and a warm weekend. But I hope you had a really good month for the month of April. Fingers crossed that I will be back with more regular uploads on YouTube. I do feel like I sound like a bit of a broken record, always sort of apologizing for not being on as much as I would like to, but if I'm being really honest, I'm a bit disappointed that I haven't been as good with my uploads this year. I really, at the start of the year, I really wanted to focus on YouTube, and I really wanted to put in a lot more energy and just have like consistent weekly uploads, which unfortunately I haven't been able to keep up with, but I'm trying not to beat myself up about it basically. But yeah, hopefully you do enjoy the videos as and when they come up. With that said, the best way to stay in the loop and stay up to date with my uploads is by subscribing to my channel. So if you do enjoy my videos and if you do want to see more from me, please do subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you all soon. A very big thank you for watching. Bye.